and welcome to Alex Rocks. Tonight we're coming from the famous Thornbury Theatre. I'm Suzi Q and Dhol.
Hi, I'm Marky. Tonight I'll be talking to Jacqui and Katie from Melbourne band Baby 8.
And I'll be talking to Don Homer from WACO Social Club, and later on Nick Barker, who has been known for many famous bands from the Rectory to the Reptiles. Hey Don, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's so good to see you. Don, this is Don Homer from WACO Social Club. We've been working together for many, many years, and you've been in many, many bands. How did you get into the music industry? What the hell led you to this?
You know, misadventure mainly. Basically, I was living in Queensland, and you know, it was pretty happening here in Melbourne, and I'm from Melbourne originally. I kind of learnt to play guitar in Queensland, playing in bands up there on the Sunshine Coast, and you know, music was really happening here in Melbourne, so I decided to make a break and come back to Melbourne. And I applied in Duke magazine for a couple of gigs, and I got one with a band called the Jennifer Lee Band, who were kind of Pat Benatar kind of thing. And I got the gig. There was like 20 other guitarists going for it, but I got it. And I was only here 2 weeks, and next thing I was playing 4 or 5 nights a week all over Melbourne, and Sydney and Adelaide.
Yeah.
Is in that band, and I really just joined kind of hired hand, you know, just a guitar.
So you were working like how many nights a week for how long?
Well, I'm talking early '80s here, so it was full on, and we supported a lot of big bands like Midnight Oil, Divinals, you know, all of them, Chisel, all of them, you know, and Model, everybody, Matt Finish. And we used to pull a pretty good crowd ourselves. We used to play at the Prospect Hill, and we used to pack that out on a Saturday afternoon. And we did our own gigs as well as a lot of support. So we were flat chat. And it never occurred to us to put out our own record though, because we had so many gigs. We were doing original material. And, and it was kind of Pat Benatar, you know, bit Divinalsy, I suppose.
Nothing wrong with that
kind. Yeah, and you know, it was a pretty popular band, but we never put out any records. Anyway, that broke. And then I met Wendy Morrison, and we formed a band called the Shivers, which we got signed to Mushroom in about 1989, I think it was. Then after that, I kind of didn't play for a while. I went and did some other hobbies. We used to play at the Greyhound a lot of other gigs around town. And Ash used to come along to the gigs at the Greyhound. You know, he talked about over a few beers about maybe doing something one day, but I hadn't actually seen him sing yet. And so I just kind of put it down to beer talk, you know. And we went down, there was a big party on, and we went and had a look, and here's Ash singing with some band in the lounge room. And this is the first time I saw him sing, and I thought, geez, this guy's got he's got a bit of charisma, and you know, he looks like he should be a singer, you know.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Don, and here's WACO Social Club with the greatest gift.
Gotta shake the tree from farmer lessons. I should tell me in all this good, yeah, it's good and it's evil in all this God, God and the devil, and you showed me how to live. Oh, sing, that's the greatest gift. Oh, never too high, never too high. It's set on a wheel. Bang, 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 bang. Then you showed me how to live. Oh, see, that's the greatest gift. Oh, then you showed me how to live. Oh, sing, that's the greatest gift. Oh, bow, 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 bow. She found me beneath a rock somewhere in the north. You took me in, you gave me a home. That's the greatest gift, greatest gift, greatest gift of all. That's the greatest gift, greatest.
All right, hey, we got Baby 8 with us today. Welcome to Alex Rocks. We got Jacqui, we got Katie. How are you guys?
Really good.
We're surviving. we're talking over each other.
We always do that.
What?
Well, there's only
Sorry.
2 of you out of 6, I believe. Yeah, 6 in Baby 8 now.
That's right. We've got 2 singers.
That's exciting.
The more the
Yeah,
merrier.
we've got 2. We've got 2 singers now, which is new.
So how long have Baby 8 been together?
We've been off and on, you know, really in a dedicated way about 5 years. So we go back a bit. You know, I've done different things that I've you know, has been some kind of Baby 8, but really about 5 years. So we've done one album, a debut album, and we've just done a single to come off the second album. So
Yeah, Laughing Up a Storm.
Laughing Up a Storm.
Great single, great video. We'll be watching that very
Have
soon.
you heard it, really?
Fuck yeah. And I'll say that, yes, of course I have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
In the White Psych video clip
That Jacqui made.
that Jacqui made.
Kind of
Herself?
inspired.
No, she didn't inspire it. She made it, and she's quite
You
an
know,
accomplished
like
filmmaker.
a smart woman comes up with the ideas, but gets a man to do all of the crappy grunt work.
Oh,
That's
nice.
theory.
Where is that smart woman? Oh, that's not me. Like, is that you?
Oh, I don't know. I
I never
outsourced to
met
her too. I like subcontracted to her.
But you picked all the images, right?
Yeah, I liked the theme of insanity and self-harm, and I just want to kill someone. And
Yeah.
who would have known that that's how we all felt like a few months later?
I know. That's it, because Laughing Up a Storm's got a story. It's a, you know, it's a narrative about a woman who boyfriend runs off with her best friend, and she gets all her friends sort of side with them, and she loses all her friends as well, and she kind of goes crazy, and then she gouges their eyes out, and then she goes mental.
It's your classic boy meets girl, girl gets angry
Meets
at girl, girl
gets angry at him,
and
I mean.
girl kills boy. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
she just gouges their eyes out. She doesn't actually kill them.
And then lets out a psychotic laugh.
That's right. She lets out a psychotic. The last chorus is meant to be the soundtrack of a woman going insane. And I think we achieved that, Jacqui.
Yeah, I think we did, and I think we probably know that position pretty well.
I think we know. Some people listen to it. I've played it to a few people, and then it finishes and they just go,
Help.
like they don't really, I don't think they like it because it's really chaotic and a bit crazy, which is good. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it sounds great. Great. It's got a really great energy. Yeah, you know, very cool. Clip looks great.
Thanks, Mark.
You want to intro Laughing Up a Storm?
This is
This is Laughing Up a Storm!
Baby 8.
And we've all got pain. It is ours to bear. Used to know someone I thought would care, but they disappeared under my best friend. They're happy till the end, and while I sit at home alone and cry, they're laughing up a storm. Didn't even see what was in front of me. She was the best, so fuck the rest, but not quite so literally. Watching as I drown, nobody makes a sound. As I fade away, I hear a crowd. They're laughing up a storm. How can I go on? Their lives so right it's wrong. And while I ponder how to cause the pain, they're laughing up a Imagine their surprise when I remove their eyes, and as I watch them both attempt to cry, I'm laughing up a
Hey, Nick, welcome to the Thornbury Theatre.
Suzy. Hey.
Hey, we've been working together for 30 years.
Bloody hell. Is it really?
Yeah,
Probably.
it's scary.
Longer.
Maybe let's not mention that. Something I want to I want to talk about. So, how did Nick Barker become into the Rectory? Because I'm here at the George Cinemas now, which has now become the Alex Theatre. Obviously, you've spent a long time at the ballroom. So, what took you
Great.
from there to that?
I moved out of the burbs when I was about 17. My family sort of fell apart. My mum got killed in a car accident. And all this stuff went on that kind of became this real crossroad, you know. So, but I ended up moving to St Kilda, and I was living in a squat in Carlisle Street with Adrian from Reptiles and a few other friends. And St Kilda was an amazing time then, in the early 80s. There was tons of bands. Everybody was playing. There was lots of venues. Everybody was in 3 or 4 bands. And I just started playing bass because that was kind of the easiest thing I could do. And I was in a band called The Curse with Adrian.
Yeah.
And then I played in a band called Beach House for a while. I even did a couple of gigs with people with chairs up their noses playing bass. And I ended up in a band with Stuart Gray and Brett Ford, who Lubricated Goat. So I lived with those guys.
Wow.
And we were in a band called A Singing Dog, which was sort of pretty much the prototype for Lubricated Goat. And we did a bunch of gigs.
That's a great sentence, by the way.
Yeah, wow. And we played at the Ballroom. We played at Mount Erica. We played all over the place. And then I can't remember how I ended up in the Rectory. I met Ed, I think.
Yeah.
And they asked me to join the Rectory. So in about 83 or 84, I started playing bass for the Rectory. But I was in the Rectory for 4 years. We played at the Ballroom a bunch of times, man. We played downstairs where, Bad Seeds were playing upstairs. I saw so many bands in that room. I saw The Cure. I saw Becca and the Bunnymen. The Rectory supported the residents in that room.
Jesus.
We did 3 nights with the residents, and we got booted off after the second night because Ed kept making jokes about conjunctivitis because they had those big eyeballs on their heads.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to bring up pink eye, but anyway.
Oh, I know. I mean, I lived in that room.
Well, that's where we are. Well, we're in the Thornby Theatre tonight because this is no band left behind and no venue left behind. So each week we highlight, not only bands from Australian rock, but theatres. And obviously the Ballroom has been extremely important to the incubation and celebration of Melbourne music.
Well, I don't think people realise just how important it was. It was just incredible.
Yeah.
So many. I saw Simple Minds there.
Yeah, wow.
Upstairs in the Ballroom. I saw Midnight Oil. I saw In Excess. There were so many different bands.
So how did that influence you? So I want to know how you got from the Rectory to Nick Barker and the Reptiles.
So I was in the Rectory for 4 years.
Yeah.
And, I'd kind of always sort of, we'd been sort of doing a bunch of stuff and, I came out of the other side of that and, I was pretty messed up when I was about that age, 21, 22. So I just wanted to kind of earth myself a little bit, And
you did that with the Reptiles? That worked well.
Well, in Adrian, we just real love the Rolling Stones, so we just wanted to kind of just a dumb bar band,
Yeah.
And that's all we ever were meant to be,
But you went from being a dumb bar band to all of a sudden being nationally known. So how was that going from being the dumb bar band to being, touring all over?
Well, it was completely like being picked up off one planet and dropped into another. I mean, it happened really, really quickly. And, the record company Mushroom had a big publicity machine. So it just kind of, we kind of just ended up, it was, to this day it was bizarre. Like I still kind of think back and I can't, because we'd literally gone from playing in the Ballroom I had to playing, supporting Jimmy Barnes to 10,000 people in the tennis centre. Like it was.
And how quickly did that happen? That was like overnight, basically.
Well, in the space of probably a year.
Yeah.
From the time Reptiles started doing gigs around, we used to play up at ID's up in Greville Street.
Yeah.
We had a residency up there. And, we were just a fun band, We just used to drink tons and kind of fool around the joint, and we're playing dumb rock and roll, and you know, we ended up we did that cover version of that Steve Harley song, and that was like a big radio hit, you know, like it got
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's not talk about that
yeah.
because you've written plenty of wonderful songs of your own.
Yeah, thanks. But you can't kind of mention Reptiles without mentioning that because it was sort of.
I know. Come up and
hated it.
Come up and see me. Make me.
Yeah. But
anyway.
you know, yeah, and then it just sort of was this mad ride for a couple of years, and then it just sort of petered out.
So, Nick, thank you so much, Nick Barker. Your stories are amazing. We really enjoyed them. I look forward to presenting your new music very soon. So, Mark, what we're doing on this show, we're covering a lot of Oz rock.
Yeah.
It's generational.
Yeah, yeah. Celebrating Australian rock and roll.
Absolutely. We have been, introducing a lot of new bands and respecting a lot of old bands.
Yeah.
We've been arguing a lot.
I don't know why. Yeah, no, that's right.
But look, Oz music has been integral from the very, very start of, Australian history. Punk was born here with the Saints and Radio Birdman at the same time. We are going to cover all of that history as well as bringing you the greatest new acts.
I loved seeing rock and roll bands, when the first Fleet came over, and I mean, they were all over the place back then.
Are you that old, sweetie?
They were there. I mean,
Jesus, I didn't know you that old.
That's the reason why, Sydney didn't happen, and they all came down to Melbourne because just the rock and roll bands they were all convicts, of course. They all came over in those slave barges, criminal barges.
It's not true.
You said Australian history. This show has come along at that time. We are at least able to talk about what's going on. I think that's an amazing thing. I look forward to when we can actually have live bands coming in here as well. At the moment, we're playing videos, aren't we? We're doing interviews, we're doing everything virtually, and we're doing everything online. Where we're at right now, we're lucky enough to be in a position to promote Australian music in an incredible...
And we'll be promoting it from every generation, right from the young bands through to the great Australian rock that we've had in the past. Hey, Olga, you're at the Palais. Hey, what's going on now?
Just organising next week's gig.
So who's on next week?
We've got Witch Grinder, Panic Syndrome, and a lot more coming at you.
That's great, sister, and I can't wait to see you there.
See you then, Alex rocks.
And that's all for this week, and it's good night from him.
And it's good night from her.